fucked that one up good. Anyways, now on the correct channel, welcome to race number 28 of 29 here at the 1990 Throwbacks. And it is good to finally be back live doing this. It's been a while, but ever since I've been testing, I've realized this internet connection, it's going to end up working. I'm not going to be able to put out videos at the same prolific rate that I did when I was at college, where I had good internet. It's not going to happen. I'm going to put them out when I can. Anyways, we're going to pick up right where we left off. Alan Kulwicki has a 95-point advantage over Bill Elliott after Elliott did not exactly have a good appearance at the North Carolina Speedway. Dale Earnhardt picked up his second victory of the year at North Carolina, both of them being at North Carolina, by the way. He's not going to be a factor in the championship. It should be noted that Tim Richmond came into this race with a 130-point advantage. It seemed insurmountable, and then Richmond ended up blowing the point lead to Elliott in the final two races. So no points lead is safe unless it's mathematically said so. Just remember that. So 95 points, it seems like a lot. There's precedent for 95 points for being wiped off the board. Let's go trackside. Where is everyone? Well, I'm not 100% sure where everyone is. This has never been a huge streaming channel. And again, this has been my first stream in over 2 months now, 2.5 months. I usually take hiatuses, but this one was a rather long one. Anyways, for the pole, who's going to get the pole? It's going to be Ricky Rudd, along with Terry Labonte on the front row here at Phoenix. And it looks like Kulwicki's got a better starting spot than Elliott. They'll be coming, man. Like I said, it's been a while. So word's got to get out. Anyways, here's your top 10 starting order. We've got Ricky Rudd on pole, Terry Labonte in second. We've got Dale Earnhardt in third, Alan Kulwicki to fourth, Rusty Wallace in fifth, Mark Martin sixth, Darrell Waltrip seventh, Tim Richmond in eighth, Ken Schrader with an admirable qualifying run in ninth, and Bill Elliott to round out the top 10. Again, the whole story with this race, it's going to be centered around Bill Elliott once again trying to come back from a large points deficit with 2 races to go. As I get cut off by the command. But anyways, that's the big storyline going into this race. Can Elliott do it again? I mean, it took Tim Richmond wrecking out of this Phoenix race last year in order for him to do it. The question always is, can he replicate his magic? The pace car dives off into corner number 4. The pace car dives off into pit road, off of corner number 4. The green flag is out and we are underway. You can tell that I'm rusty on the microphone. The green flag is out and we are underway here at Phoenix. Ricky Rudd leads everyone off into turn number 1. The field will go by. Terry Labonte looks like he will have the second position, no problem. And we have Alan Kulwicki. He will go into third. Terry Labonte trying to go for the lead already. He's got a really good run on Ricky Rudd, but it's not going to be enough. Lap number 1 goes to the 26 car. Dale Earnhardt trying to continue his momentum off of an impressive showing at North Carolina. He's currently in 4th. Rusty Wallace, he has moved into 5th. Despite having 5 wins this season, he struggled to remain inside of the top 10 in points. And here's the man, Elliott. He's got the points deficit to make up. 95 points separates him and Kulwicki coming into this race. It'll be all about how these guys do in this race to determine how difficult of a path Elliott will have going into Atlanta. There is a possibility that Elliott might not have any path going into Atlanta. Alan Kulwicki definitely has a legitimate shot of clinching today if Elliott has another lackluster performance. So there's always that possibility. Right now, Earnhardt and Kulwicki are battling. That is for the 4th position. Terry Labonte, by the way, has gotten around Ricky Rudd, so Labonte has gone to the lead after what was a very promising start to this season for the 5 team. And basically for all of Hendrick Motorsports, we were thinking, yeah, the Hendrick cars are going to be tough to beat. The Hendrick cars vanished during the second third of the season, and none of them are in championship contention. It's really been a showing of the Fords, and Alan Kulwicki and Bill Elliott are at the forefront of the new so-called Ford dominance that might be coming. Potentially foreshadowing of things to come for sure. Meanwhile, 3 wide going into turn number 3 as Elliott, and look at this move by Earnhardt. He's going to stay underneath Alan Kulwicki. He still hasn't cleared Kulwicki. These two are battling very hard for that 3rd position, but Elliott, he wants a piece of the pie. He wants to get around that 7 car. He wants the shot at that title. Question is he going to get it? Getting around that 7 car is going to be a good way to start munching away at that championship lead. Alan doesn't look like he has as strong of a car as everyone was expecting him to have this week. Bill Elliott, he's gotten around him for 4th, and now Ernie Irvin's going to challenge him for 5th as Kulwicki continues to fall back. Yeah, I think Kulwicki's just stuck out here on the high side of the track. That's what I think is going on. He just hasn't been able to do anything, and now Irvin making a great move on Kulwicki. Everyone racing the wheels off of their car early on here. Meanwhile, the battle for the lead, that hasn't necessarily gone away. Terry Labonte still only has about a car length or 2 over Ricky Rudd, but these two have pulled out to about a 2-second advantage over Dale Earnhardt and Bill Elliott. Elliott knocking on the back door of position number 3 right now. It looks like Alan Kulwicki has finally been able to get out of the top line and has been able to get in line. He's now in 6th. Elliott desperately looking for a way around the 3 car right now. As of right now, he's only gaining 10 points on Alan Kulwicki. That doesn't sound like a lot, but still, 85 points is a lot better to reel in than 95. And that's what Elliott's got to focus in on right now. He's got to get as many positions in front of Alan Kulwicki as he can. Winning is great, but winning isn't necessarily everything. If he can't catch the leaders, he's just got to focus in on staying in 3rd. And right now, it does not look like Earnhardt or Elliott have the speed to go get the 2 leaders right now. Terry Labonte, Ricky Rudd, they are up front. Having a pretty good race so far. Earnhardt, Elliott, and Irvin round out the top 5. Alan Kulwicki, your points leader, he's currently sitting pretty in the 6th position. Mark Martin right behind him in 7th. A lot of people expected him to have a breakout season. It has not happened for Mark Martin, unfortunately. Rusty Wallace, riddled with inconsistencies, despite having the 2nd most wins out of anyone this season. Darrell Waltrip, another driver that we expected to go out with a bang, and now he's going to go out without any Hendrick Motorsport ride next year. He's going to be still in the 17, still Chevy, still going to have some Hendrick backing, but it's going to be his own team starting next year in that 17 car. And of course, Jeff Bodine, what a season this guy has had. For the longest time, absolutely no wins to speak of, and he has even led the points loop. He's actually led in points after a couple of these races. So Jeff Bodine has had a really impressive season as well in that 11 car. He was hoping to go for that championship. It just hasn't exactly panned out. And I definitely like to thank you for the welcome back. It is great to be back. Meanwhile, Ricky Rudd is absolutely all over the back bumper of the number 5 right now, as I continue to try to shake off the awful rust on the microphone. Great battle right now between the 5 and the 26. Two drivers that, they've had good seasons. Certainly not great, but definitely some good seasons. We got JD McDuffie as a slow car up ahead. He will definitely play into this battle. Looks like Terry Labonte got a good run through the dog leg, and he's going to pull away by about a car length or two over Ricky Rudd. Bill Elliott, he has solidly moved into the 3rd position and has started to pull away from Ernie Irvin, who, by the way, will be going over to Chevrolet next season, and Dale Earnhardt. This is big. That's now going to be 15 points that Elliott's gaining over Alan Kulwicki. And now Mark Martin moves down to the inside of Alan Kulwicki. It could end up being 19 points if that ends up being the case. Every single point matters. Every single position is going to matter big time. Right now, fastest car on the track being registered as the 26 of Ricky Rudd. But notice who's in 3rd there. Bill Elliott with potential to improve. So you got to think Elliott right now, he's got to have his sights set on going for the lead. And meanwhile, here we go. Ricky Rudd dives down to the bottom of Terry Labonte. He wants to try to get the lead back. This is going to be big for Elliott. Will Elliott be able to capitalize? Right now stuck behind JD McDuffie. Side by side into turn 3. Rudd is still there. Can he clear him here coming off of turn number 4? Looks like he will. New leader Ricky Rudd. A great battle continuing between these two drivers. Looks like Elliott will clear JD McDuffie as well as a whole gaggle of cars. And Alan Kulwicki has moved up into the 5th position. So once again, it's only 10 points that Elliott's going to be making up. Yeah, Elliott's going to have to seriously consider having to go for the win here. It's the only way he's going to be able to gain any sort of considerable points on Alan Kulwicki. Of course, unless Alan Kulwicki wrecks. Which, if he does, that's going to be absolutely terrible for the 17. Here's something I will say, and this has been an ongoing theme this season, is that you have the 11 car Jeffrey Bodine. Typically, before the first pit stop, Jeff Bodine is not even in the top 10. But by the time there's 10 laps to go, he's like 5th. I don't know how he's done it all season long. But the fact that he's in the top 10 right now tells me that he might be a force to contend with by the end of this race. These guys have had a lot of magical pixie dust through this season to really propel them forward. 3rd in points, despite only having 1 win. So this team has been really, really strong, and I bet that they're looking to continue to be strong going into 1991. You know it. And of course, the 1991 roster is pretty much finalized. That is one thing I have been able to do, is completely finalize the 1991 roster, as I wish that didn't freeze whenever I was off the screen. So, sorry about that. Get that up. So again, sorry about the freeze there, but I do have the roster anyways in its entirety. Should be an interesting season with Ken Schrader going back to the 5. Rick Mast moving over to the 8. Sterling Marlin going to go to a second Junior Johnson team and drive the number 22. That's going to be huge. Of course, Rusty Wallace is going to has that owner change coming along. Despite having 5 wins this season, there's that owner change that's going to be coming along. So, in reality, he's going to be going from the number 27 to the number 2. Of course, Bill Elliott, Tim Richmond, Ricky Rudd, Davey Allison, Alan Kulwicki, they're not changing. None of the big players are changing. Like, really huge players. Dale Jarrett's still in the 32. Harry Gant's still in the 33. Larry Pearson will be going over from the number 2, which was owned by DK Ulrich. And he'll be driving for a new owner in the number 41. DK Ulrich will be changing his number from the number 2 to the number 55. And he's going to take on a rookie. There will be 4 rookies next season, but we have rookie Ted Musgrave, which will be in the 55. We'll also have rookie Bobby Hamilton, who starred in who was at least one of the drivers in the smash hit flick Days of Thunder, coming out not too long ago. Bobby Hamilton will be in the number 68 Country Time Lemonade car. Of course, we also have Wally Dallenbach. He'll be driving the number 90 car. Eddie Bierschwell will be going from the number 90 to the number 52, as he continues to be this series' journeyman. He's flopped around between a bunch of rides. He's gone from the 23, now he's gone to the 90, and now he's going to the 52. Of course, Jimmy Means isn't going to be racing anymore. And that means Jeff Purvis has got to go somewhere. So Purvis is going to go from the 52 to the 51 as we see Dale Earnhardt going around, potentially going around Alan Kulwicki here. And that'll be big championship news if that move can happen. Earnhardt's just got to get there, but Dave Marcus is not playing ball. So Dave Marcus did not play into Earnhardt's favor there, and Earnhardt unable to make the move. Heavy, heavy, heavy lap traffic going on here. Oh, look at this movie. Irvin just ducked to the bottom, but he's going to be stuck behind Lake Speed. I don't think that's going to be good. No, sir. Lake Speed's going to hold up Irvin. Very, very heavy traffic right now in front of Elliott. Probably one of the biggest news stories, though, that ended up just breaking out not too long ago, is that despite Alan Kulwicki's insane success here in 1990, he's actually struggling to find sponsors to put on that car. I know that it sounds absolutely insane. Why would you not want to sponsor a championship-winning team? But that's the way that Alan Kulwicki is, so we'll see if he ends up popping up with sponsorship next year or not. It'll be interesting to see, no doubt. And there we go. Earnhardt finally uses the pick of Lake Speed to get around the 7 of Alan Kulwicki, and now Martin might also take advantage of that. 3 wide going into the dog leg. Yeesh. Oh man, I never like going 3 wide through there. That is awful. Yeah, that dog leg is something else here at Phoenix. It is certainly a unique feature to the Phoenix International Raceway, is that dog leg in the back straightaway. It's not quite as significant of a dogleg as, say, at Nazareth, but it's still, you got virtually no banking going through there, and it is, honest to goodness, pretty sharp. If you aren't careful, you cannot take that dogleg at full throttle. You definitely can't take the dogleg full throttle while running side by side. Ernie Irvin is still around Bill Elliott, so Elliott's really got to find a way around Irvin here real quick. That'll get him to 15 points. So that'll be, what, only 70, is it 70 points? 80 points. 80 points behind Alan Kulwicki if he can get there, but right now he's 85 points out of the championship battle. Meanwhile, one of the leaders is coming down pit road. Here comes Ricky Rudd. Will anyone follow him? Elliott's going to pit early as well. Alan Kulwicki's going to follow Elliott in. Mark Martin's coming in. Darrell Waltrip, Rusty Wallace is coming in, and Morgan Shepherd are all coming in on this lap. So that'll be their one stop for the race. I imagine Terry Labonte will be very quick to follow suit. Here he goes. Labonte peels off the track. So Labonte will come down pit road. Irvin's going to come down pit road. Earnhardt, Jeff Bodine, he's coming down pit road. Phil Parsons, Tim Richmond, Davey Allison, they're all down on pit road. Meanwhile, Elliott, oh, did Elliott only take 2 tires? He came out in front of Ricky Rudd. Elliott out in front of Ricky Rudd by a large margin, by the way. And I'm not seeing the 4 car either. Because the 4 car pit this time around. Ah, yeah. That's right. My bad. So Elliott might come out as the race leader. Does he though? This will be absolutely huge. He's just got to get around the 5 of Terry Labonte. This is huge news. That is crazy. Elliott takes 2 tires. Your actual leader right now is Rick Mast, who stayed out an extra lap. So 5 bonus points to Rick Mast. Meanwhile, Elliott, he might have done tricked us, guys. Speaking of somebody who never runs out of the magic pixie dust, I think Elliott might fall into that category. Even though he didn't necessarily have much of it in 84, or 85 for that matter, he certainly got it here to start the new decade. Bill Elliott is your leader here at Phoenix. He's still got 40 laps to go, so it'll be interesting to see what happens here with Elliott right now. He's got the 5 bonus points. So he's got 25 points on Alan Kulwicki right now. That's huge. He's got 25 points on Alan Kulwicki as it stands. And I don't know if Kulwicki necessarily has the speed to go up and pass any of the guys in front of him. Kulwicki is currently listed as the 11th fastest car in the field right now. So I think you're right. I don't know if, well, now he's listed as the 10th. It still doesn't matter. I don't think he's got the car to go ahead and do it. Someone that might have the car to do it is Earnhardt, who's behind him, who's definitely going to be looking to get around the 7 car as soon as he can. Meanwhile, this battle for the lead is not over. Terry Labonte is all over the back bumper of Bill Elliott. Absolutely all over the back bumper of the 9. Elliott's got to hold on. He's got to salvage every single point that he can get. If he's going to scratch and claw his way to another championship win, this is how he's going to have to do it. Again, right now, as it stands, 25 points ahead of Alan Kulwicki. And Terry Labonte with a dive bomb move into turn number 1. He makes it stick. But Elliott fights back on the outside, trying to pin him down in the dog leg. We'll see how they do through turns 3 and 4. Elliott continuing to try to pin him down. Your leader that lap, Terry Labonte. And it looks like Elliott's going to let him go. Well, it's still 20 points. And Earnhardt's gotten around Kulwicki now, so it's still 25 points between the two of them. So that will put Elliott down to 70. Points currently separating Bill Elliott and Alan Kulwicki in the championship battle. If he can get up and pass that 5 car, which he might be able to do here, Labonte leaving a lot of bottom open, trying to find the best way to deal with the lap traffic here. You know Elliott's just chomping at the bit. Is he going to dive down to the bottom? He will. 3 wide into turn number 1. What a move by Elliott. Will it be a championship winning move? And it looks like he didn't have the run through the dog leg he wanted. Labonte keeps the position. Labonte looking down to the inside, trying to put Jarrett a lap down. Elliott right back to the bumper of the 5. You knew that this was going to be a good battle for the lead. And there was no way that it wasn't going to be a good battle for the lead. Elliott trying his best to reel in that 5 car. He's trying. I don't know if he can succeed though. Alan Kulwicki is pretty solidly in the 6th position. Right now we're watching the battle for the lead. Terry Labonte is your leader. Bill Elliott in 2nd. Right now, if the race were to end right now, Alan Kulwicki would have a 70-point advantage over Bill Elliott. Dale Earnhardt has moved up to the 3rd position as he is on fire right now. Yeah, we've all wondered where Dale Earnhardt has disappeared all season long. Well, here he is. He has really charged through the field. Remember, Elliott's on 2 tires compared to everyone else's 4. A ton of lap traffic ahead. We'll see who's going to be able to navigate the lap traffic the best. Terry Labonte trying to go on the outside of everyone. Elliott trying to take advantage. Is he going to try to split the middle between these guys? He's there. But Jimmy Horton gets in the way. Elliott dives to the bottom. 3 wide, 3 rows deep. Will Elliott be able to get the lead here coming through the dog leg? 3 wide through the dog leg. Into turn number 3. Elliott diving in deep. He's going to try to use Strickland as a pick. Strickland slides up. Right in front of the 5. This will certainly be the move. Elliott to the lead once again here at Phoenix. And that will make it 65 points back to Alan Kulwicki. If he can hold it. I don't think that Elliott can get the most laps led right now as is. And meanwhile, Alan Kulwicki is actually trying to gain position, actively trying to gain position right now if he can get around Ricky Rudd, which I don't think he will here. But if he could theoretically get around Ricky Rudd here, it would be back to a 70-point advantage to Kulwicki. Yeah, Ricky Rudd pulls away. Meanwhile, I've been talking about how Dale Earnhardt has just been clawing his way through the field. Look at where he is. He's right on the back of the leaders. This is insane. Dale Earnhardt is almost a full mile an hour faster than everyone else on the track. It's utterly insane. So now we've got a three-way battle for the lead. You know, the old saying goes, catching is one thing, passing is another, but when you are this fast, there's really no difference. Labonte might try to step out here in turn 3. He does. He's going to have to deal with Michael Waltrip. Will Michael Waltrip spoil the plans? He will not. Terry Labonte back to the lead. Elliott is going to lose 2 positions here. 75 points is now the advantage to Kulwicki. Yeah, I think Kulwicki's going to be walking home with his first championship, man. What an unbelievable tale that we've seen out of, just an unbelievable season out of Kulwicki. None of the races that he's won, I think he's really only dominated one of the races that he's won. But he has scratched and clawed and fought his way to this championship opportunity. No doubt, very much earned. Oh, whoa! Joe Ruttman almost wipes out in front of the leaders. Earnhardt to the lead. Yeah, I think Terry Labonte got into the back of Ruttman being like, hey man, I gotta go. Like a little bit of a desperation ploy there. And, oh, Michael Waltrip now up in front of the 5. And Elliott still can't get around Labonte. Meanwhile, Alan Kulwicki, he's around Ricky Rudd, make it 70 points. I mean 80 points. Elliott still trying to find a way around Terry Labonte. Earnhardt trying to win back-to-back races for the first time since 1988. He's gone. He's got the fastest car in the field, no doubt. Earnhardt is just gone. Earnhardt's won this race. And I would almost say that as a certainty, but at the same time, this lap traffic is... seriously, it is really dense. Terry Labonte still trying to reel him in. We've only got a handful of laps to go. We are inside 20 laps to go here at Phoenix. This is one of the shortest races on the schedule. 500 kilometers, 312 miles. Of course, divided by 4. Because I only feel like doing 25% length races, but they are long enough. Long enough to be completely drama-laden, that's for certain. Now, Elliott might be in danger here of losing a position to Ernie Irvan, and if that happens, it's going to be 85 points to Kulwicki. Those two tires are really starting to look like a bad idea. Yeah, those two tires are really starting to look bad. As now Elliott falls back to 4th. Alan Kulwicki, he's another 2.5 seconds back. And people are way behind Kulwicki as well. So the only people that might pass Kulwicki are Ricky Rudd, which I don't think so, and an outside shot of Darrell Waltrip. Everyone else is further back. Should note right now, two drivers that should definitely deserve a mention in all this chaos. Ken Schrader's having one of the best runs of his season so far. He's running up in the 9th position. And Sterling Marlin trying to look as good as possible for this number 94 team. Of course, Terry Labonte's going to be going back to this team. Used to be the number 44, now it's the number 94. And Terry Labonte's going back to this team. And Sterling Marlin is going to go to Junior Johnson's second team, the number 22. So a pretty good showing here out of Sterling Marlin. He's probably going to lose his position to Rusty Wallace. But it'll be interesting to see what Marlin will be able to pull off in Junior Johnson equipment next season. Yeah, Marlin has not done a terrible job. He's got a win at Talladega. In fact, winning in the first ever restrictor plate race at Talladega. Now Elliott is back around Irvan, and the points lead is back down to 80. Here's Terry Labonte. Earnhardt is gone. They're not catching Earnhardt. Earnhardt is way out. Yep. Earnhardt is 2.5 seconds out. He's won this race. Yeah, there's little doubt as to who has won this race. It is going to be Earnhardt. Unless there's like a second round of pit stops or something, which I would highly doubt. There shouldn't be. Everyone should be good to go. This has been a one-stop race in the past, and here we go. Irvan's trying to get back around Elliott. And there goes Irvan, 3 wide. 85 is the points gap. Man. The points gap is 85. It's crazy. Well, we've got 10 laps to go. Dale Earnhardt is your leader. You're watching currently the battle for the 3rd position between Ernie Irvan and Bill Elliott. We'll give you a run through the field here with 10 laps to go, or not, as Elliott goes down underneath Ernie Irvan. And Elliott's got the spot back. 80 points is the deficit. And we do have cars peeling off onto pit road. We will have a second round of stops. Oh, that's going to change a lot. So everyone may be pitting too early here. And we're going to get round 2 of pit stops. driver is daring enough to not come down pit road. Oh, here comes Elliott. Here comes Irvin. See if Elliott pulls any trickery on this stop or not. It's going to be a big stop. Here's Alan Kulwicki. He's already gone back out. The 75 right behind him. 75's a lap down. Brett Bodine, not a good day for him. He's back, way back in 30th right now. And here's the 9 still out in front of the 4. Of course, the 3 is way up here. So I continue to try to find where is Labonte. Here he is. He's just coming out of pit road now. So Labonte looks like he's going to settle in just behind Dale Earnhardt. Not too far behind Earnhardt. And we have a slow Neil Bonnet there. But maybe in slightly bigger news, here's the 7. He's up here in 5th. No, that really isn't a story. That's where he's been. The points gap is still 15 after pit stops. Yeah. So that's gonna put Elliott at 80 points behind. Those 5 bonus points for leading the lap. Yes. Just remember them. If they come into play at Atlanta, just remember that Elliott got those 5 bonus points today for leading that lap. They very well could come into play at Atlanta. Now, I really don't think that Elliott's going to overcome an 80-point gap at Atlanta. It's really going to have to take Alan Kulwicki to mess up in a big way. But if he wins this championship by under 5 points again, 2 years in a row, you know who to blame. Now, we can't have... I mean, what would be the odds of us having back-to-back, absolutely ludicrous points finishes? Oh! Irvin moving Elliott out of the way. 3 laps to go. You're watching the battle for 3rd. The leader of this race is Dale Earnhardt. In 2nd, we have Terry Labonte. In 3rd, now we have Ernie Irvin. 4th, Elliott. In 5th is your points leader, Alan Kulwicki. 6th, Ken Schrader, who continues to have a very impressive performance today. 7th, Darrell Waltrip. 8th, Ricky Rudd, who has really fallen off. In 9th, we have Mark Martin, and rounding out the top 10, Sterling Marlin. 2 laps to go here from Phoenix. As we now pan over to the driver who's going to pick up his 2nd win in a row and win number 3 on the year, Dale Earnhardt, who has had a very lackluster performance all season long. He wants to end this season with a bang. I think he's going to be able to do it. He picked up the win at Rockingham. He's more than likely going to pick up the win today with the white flag waving now. And he's going to one of his favorite tracks, Atlanta, next week. So Dale Earnhardt, maybe 3 in a row to end the season. Be very fitting of the driver of the number 3 car who has 3 championships. Earnhardt strong off of turn number 4. He's going to come to the checkered flag and win the Cheker 500K here at Phoenix. Oh! Nearly a photo finish for 3rd, as I think they're going to give it to Elliott. You're going to need to see that again. Did I mention these guys' ability to scratch and claw? Look at this coming across the line. Elliott just barely ahead of Ernie Irvan there, coming across the line. That is another 5 points. So 80 points is what Elliott's going to have to make up heading into the final race of the season. So Dale Earnhardt picking up win number 3. Here's your points heading into the final race. It looks like Jeff Bodine, he's still in third. Alan Kulwicki, of course, with another strong showing. He's yet to fail to finish a race. Bill Elliott, second in points, 80 points behind. He's really going to need Alan Kulwicki to blow it or wreck it. Other than that, nobody else is in contention to win the championship, but we definitely have a dogfight for third between Bodine, Richmond, Irvin, and Rudd. That should be interesting because they're all within a few points of each other. And then looking back, we've also got a pretty good fight for the 8th position as we have Martin, Earnhardt, and Wallace all within a couple of points of each other as well. So definitely multiple points positions are up for grabs. And coming down here, if we want to take a look at the Rookie of the Year, it's pretty much not even close. Rob Moroso, 20th in points. He's doing pretty much exactly what he needs to do. And Eddie Bearschwale, is he going to string back-to-back 25th place points finishes? That would be impressive. Anyways, we'll see you next time for Atlanta and for what should be a phenomenal season.